known by 1,000 different terms all around the world, but all talking about the same place. So you have different vernacular names for the various gods in the pantheon around the world, but they're all the same. So if we roll forward to post-Diluvian pantheons that people might be familiar with, I'll just use the male god. Zeus is the same as Osiris, the same as Baal in the flood, in the Bible, and El is the parent god before the flood.
Got it.
Right? And so El and Ashtaroth were the two famous ones creating giants before the flood, but it's Baal and Anat after the flood who move up and take over for that council of the gods that the Ugaritic text talks about, or the Baalim, as they're talked about in the Bible, to rule over the 70 nations of the world, both before and after the flood. And so when we look at this notion of fallen angels being gods, these are fallen angels. And that term comes from, I think, a couple of different ways, all ending up meaning the same sort of thing. So in Isaiah 14, where you have Satan, Hail El, Ben Shakar, Hail El, son of the morning, not Lucifer, should be Hail El. That's an Italian word inserted into the English language.
Wait, okay, just quickly, because we've got a lot to cover. We've got a lot of articles and a lot of clips. So let's have a look at Sagittarius. Let's have a look at Sagittarius. I better look. I'm not going to. I don't know what Sagittarius is. Pluto, hang on. It's just so much in this book. Let's have a look at Sagittarius. And then you can tell me, Chili Dog, if it's very similar to you. It goes into the water signs and the fire signs and what that means. There's a lot of elements. Hang on, let me look in the. What do you think? What do you think about this subject, quickly? Because I know that you're really interested in it. I mean, I'm always sat on the fence a little bit because I think it can be very precise.
Composition, which is a significant aesthetic achievement. They are one of the best examples of Smith's imagination for fantasy, folly, ecstasy, death, and the macabre. The deck bearing Smith's illustrations, first published in England by Ryder in December of 1909, were simply labeled tarot cards and accompanied by The Key to the Tarot Guide by Arthur Edward Waite. His guide was updated the following year with Smith's black and white drawings and republished as the Pictorial Key to the Tarot. U.S. Games acquired the rights to publish the deck in 1971, released variously as the Ryder Tarot deck, simply Ryder Tarot, and Ryder Waite Tarot. Based on differences in U.S. and U.K. copyright law, the extent of their copyright in the Waite-Smith deck is disputed. Recent scholars recognizing the central importance of Smith's contribution often refer to the deck as the Waite-Smith Tarot, while others prefer the abbreviation RWS for Ryder Waite-Smith. In the century since the deck's first printing, there have been dozens of editions put out by various publishers. For some of these, the Smith drawings were redrawn by other artists, and for others, the cards were rephotographed to create new printing plates. Many versions have been recolored as the coloration is rather harsh in the original deck due to the
not doing it out of the being humble with the cards, because the cards don't lie. So if you have a person trying to read somebody and they're biased about the card's not going to work for them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Anima says the Golden Dawn was more magic.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I can say too much. The Golden Dawn was going against other groups too at the same time. Right. You had the OTO. Alistair Crowley was part of the older of the Golden Dawn. He got kicked out. They kicked him out. They didn't want him no more.
Why did they kick him out?
He was trying to be his own self and stuff. Like, it was more for him. The group was more like humble type stuff. Of this knowledge that we know and stuff that and not to use it for any other like bad stuff, basically. What they're saying, and I also took it his own way of saying that, you know what, I don't need y'all no more. I'm gonna start my own stuff, and that's when he started the OTO.
It was the OTO about magic too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's Thelma. See, it had Thelma. You know who Thelma is, right?
Right. So were these kind of like the type of groups? I'm thinking Bohemian Grove. Am I completely off?
Well, I mean, the Bohemian Grove was another type of group. There's so many factions out there, you know, in the occult world. It's not. People think the occult world is just everybody sitting kumbaya with the Indian style behind a fire. No, it's not. It was so many groups going against each other. Of what knowledge, what they knew. All of them had secret knowledge. The secret knowledge is that the next group was kind of trying to push over and trying to get more of what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was just trying to see what Lord Dan. Bohemian Grove is men only. Yeah, I knew it was men, but
Bohemian Grove is more for the elite and stuff like that. Most of the elite are in the occult world, but there's different factions of the occult world. So you got Order of the Golden Dawn, you got the Vril Society, you got the Black Nobility, you got the OTO, you got Thelma. It's so many those societies. It's so many different groups in the occult world that all these groups are not together as one. So they're fighting against each other for world supremacy. Shouldn't be talking too much.
Wow, interesting. No. I'm listening. I am really interested in what you're saying because seriously, I don't know nothing about this.
Because if you go deeper, see, Wikipedia ain't gonna show you too much about the Order of the Golden Dawn. If you get more deep into the Order of the Golden Dawn, start reading books about like Alice Bailey and Madame Blavatsky. They were all part of this a certain order of the Golden Dawn at one time, and they left the Order of the Golden Dawn.
And so these are all fighting for like world domination.
Yeah, they want world. Yeah. That's what you said. There you go. World domination. And they're not all together. They're against each other in the occult world, dark in the darkness of the occult world. Yeah, they're trying to fight to bring supremacy. They want to be in control. Order of the Golden Dawn wants to be in control. OTO wants to be in control. The Vril Society wants to be in control. All of them wants to have a part of being in control of this last system of the world.
And so currently, right now, is this still going on?
Yeah, it's been going on over 1,000 years. It has never stopped.
No, I believe you. Like I said, I just don't know very much about this.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it's been going on for a long time. It has been going on a long time. And the thing is that all the governments around the world is part of it. They are some form or way that they're in the part of these orders and stuff.
Interesting. So these are part of the elite. Well, yeah, I mean, we've spoken about these kind of things many times on this panel. Hey, Fools and Tools, Merry Christmas. Our current Pope is what does that mean, Michael? I'm not sure what that means, darling.
About the Pope?
Is that?
Well, that's not the real Pope. There's a black Pope behind the scenes.
Oh, I've heard this too.
Yeah, he's not the real Pope, but the Pope and all them, it goes to back. I shouldn't say this on show. I don't know if I can say this, but I'm going to say it.
Okay, yeah, don't say, be careful with the TOS. Use code words.
Well, can I say,
So type it in the backpack and I'll tell you.
Well, I'll just say this word. It's Jesuits. I'll just say that.
Chronos says Russian's Pope. What does that mean, Michael?
No, something wrong. But there's a black Pope in the Vatican. A Pope that we don't see at all.
Okay.
That controls everything.
They control. Well, yeah, I've heard this too. Would you say it's conspiratorial? Because obviously, or do you know, or
well, it's not conspiratorial at all. It's fact. The information's out there. It's in the books. They written about it, so it's out there. Just people got to find it and know where to look for it. Or you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They got to find because they're gonna put it in the books. They always put it in the books. They know most people ain't gonna read.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, Michael. When I finished uni, I had enough of reading.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'd done so much reading during university. Got you, Lionel, excellent. I'd done so much reading in university that I just thought, I'd done so much. Lionel, have you got me in the background? Because there's an echo. Have you got me on
I switched it off, sorry.
Cool.
I did it for 17 years, and now I'm kind of tired of it. You know, I had fell back for a while some years ago, not getting into it, kind of just marinating a lot of time. But I started in 2008, and I was like 23 years old. Now I'm 39 years old.
Okay.
So Yeah, I started young. I found out about this stuff young. It just hit me on the internet one day. I was watching some shit, and it just hit me.
Was
And I
that for
felt like I
personal
was-
reasons
Go
that
ahead.
you wanted to learn? Was that for personal reasons, or was it like more of a career that you wanted to pursue?
Well, it was personal reason, but at one time it was being a career. Try to wake people up and stuff, you know, and tell people the truth back in that time. Because then you had Blog Talk Radio, you had different podcasts and stuff that did it on certain platforms and stuff like that. 'Cause back then on YouTube, you can get everything that you wanted, all conspiracy stuff on YouTube, and it's gone.
Well, Lionel, our lovely Lionel on panel, he is the most incredible tarot reader. He's always been spot on. Lionel, did you want to elaborate? Because you said Michael knows his stuff. Because I don't know this stuff, so I'm learning tonight.
Give me a minute. I'll be with you now. Give me a minute. Sorry.
Okay. Because this stuff is fascinating, and we have touched upon
It
this
is.
stuff. It is a couple of
It's
times.
very fast. It's very fast, and it's the truth though. It's the truth.
Do you? Well, they're obviously hiding a lot of stuff from us. That's no secret, you know.
Yeah, we know that.
That's
Yeah,
no
we know
secret.
that.
With a lot is hidden from us. Michael, where are you from? Are you from England?
No, I'm not from England.
Oh no,
I'm
why?
from a part of the United States.
Okay. It's great stuff. Eyes wide open, and I'm always willing to learn more. I mean, actually, since I've been on YouTube, I'm not going to lie, I've really opened up my eyes because this is the wonders of YouTube. The good thing of YouTube is that people from around the world can come together and exchange ideas and learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why did you stop? Is it like overload for you, Michael?
Well, it wasn't an overload. It's because you got too deep, and certain people don't want you to go too deep and tell what's really going on. So you'll get stopped
Oh.
and you'll get threatened. I mean, not really threatened. I mean, I can keep doing it and telling more about it. But sometimes, you just gotta be shut the fuck up. Sometimes people say, you just shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Like, shut the fuck up. You know, then you get to the point like, okay, this shit is very serious. You pushing a nerve to some organizations that are very fucking deep in the shit, that are part of this life. You know what I'm saying, Mel? And
Yeah, no, I
you gotta
understand what
shut the
you're
hell up.
Do you think that this is why, like, for example, and I'm going to ask Lionel in a minute, Michael, do you think that this is because, like you said, you received threats? Do you think people just kind of leave it alone? When people get close to the truth and they get all these threats, it's like, yeah, not going there anymore.
Well, most people don't even get to the level that I'm at. They don't even get to that level of finding out the information that I know. They'll get knocked off the plane anyways and go down to the highway. You have a highway, you get off the exit. Most people get off the exit. They don't stay on the highway, keep moving. What I did, I kept moving on the highway. I knew how to discern stuff and pick stuff out and find out what's going on and know what to look for. I guess it's discernment, I guess it's God or whatever. They show me different levels. I'm deep down in the rabbit hole. So most people don't even get to the levels of where the levels I'm at of this information.
Wow. Lionel, our wonderful tarot reader, because you said this guy knows his stuff. Would you like to elaborate?
Yeah, no, everything is speaking is true. You know, I also went down my rabbit hole YouTube since 2014, and of course I was raised Christian and was a good boy until I was 17 years old. I thought I was going to be in the ministry, but when YouTube came along, then you could put in any information and start Googling these things about the left-hand path, basically. That's what it is. And I found out about Aleister Crowley and Madame Blavatsky. Madame Blavatsky, she actually she channeled writing, automatic writing. I don't know if you heard of automatic writing, where you can go under, you get these pendulums. People use pendulums, and you ask yes or no. So automatic writing is actually another. You channel another energy, and she automatically wrote. She channeled the Akashic records. The Akashic records are the most ancient records that we have existent today. From the Indians, the Hindus, the 8,000 years old writings of where we as humans basically come from, and it definitely speaks of spirituality, if you want to call it that, having a connection. The thing is, they're all buddy clubs, whether you talk about the Freemasonry or with the lodges, or with OTO and the Golden Dawn. And Aleister Crowley, however, was honored. They honored him. I don't know in which specific, but it must be the king or the queen's lodge. They've got the lodge of the Garter, the Black Garter. And of course, the head of Freemasonry.
The Order of the Garter. You're right. The Order of the Garter.
Yes,
right.
The Order of the Garter. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think he got an honorary 33rd degree Freemason because of his knowledge. They let him into their brothers club. But now, understanding how this works is, it all stems down to the religion and the rules by the kings and the popes and the Romans, where when King Henry VIII moved away from the Catholic Church to not pay taxes and to basically divorce his wife, then King James came along, because there was lots of witches and black magic and wizards around the continent of Europe and England, and they were causing chaos. The Mary Queen of Scots was said to bathe in baby's blood to get illumination. And that's how dark it was. Mary Queen of Scots' son, King James I, became the next ruler of basically, and we are forced down this King James Bible, which is a lot of programming to keep us all as sheeple locked in. Because now, going back a bit here, when you have a religion, you do also need the dark side to help you. And in the Protestant church, they needed, like this guy Michael was saying about the Catholic Church, there's the Black Pope, the Jesuit Pope. There's actually the dark people, and there's actually called the Lavender Mafia, where they will knock you off, they'll sort you out. They'll Arkanside you, you'll be disappeared. So in the Protestant church, the Church of England, we have the Freemasons today. But in the old days, it was called the pirates of the seas. They would come back and give Queen Victoria or Queen Elizabeth. That's how England became brilliant with the pirates out at sea. They were actually rogue soldiers for the King and Queen of England. And they became the skull and crossbones of today in America. Where
I know about that. Yeah. Keep going. I'm sorry.
That's what the lodges became, because you first became pirates at sea, and then you would now eventually get sick of the sea and find a new land and a wife and carry on. But now you need a brothers club, because remember, women had no rights in the Western world. And so the women would go to church and the men would go to the lodge. It's a very good idea to keep inside your tribe or whatever, and people help each other. If you're going through a bad time and you're in a lodge, your fellow brothers will help you out with finding work for you or whatever. It's like in Ireland, what they have pubs. Everybody goes to the pub. You're born basically in the pub, and that's your community spirit. So I don't know, our world was built by Freemasons. My grandfather was a Freemason, but they don't have any knowledge. You join the lodge, you become your first degree initiate, but you're not given any information. And you can be a Christian, you can be a Muslim, you can be a Satanist, you can be a Luciferian. And that's basically the four. These what you were talking about here, like the tarot cards, Aleister Crowley, Madame Blavatsky, they were the wizards, basically. They were the witches, and they caused us to advance in civilization, with technology, with inventions, all of them that found out the future, or however you want to call it,
Hey, Dot.
is by delving in with evil spirits, dark spirits, maybe dark, not dark, but they're spirits. The very first record of this in our history, I'm going to finish this, is King Solomon. And that's why there's war in Israel, whether there's ceasefire or not. Because King Solomon was the very first to summon all the demons, 72 of them. And that's why there's 72 cards in the tarot deck. And he commanded the demons to control the people, to know how to build King Solomon's temple. And it was the demons that built the first temple in Jerusalem out of stone. So it gives you power. That's what it does. That's what the tarot cards does. It gives you power, or not.
No, I know
Yeah.
you, Dandy. I saw your last reading, and I'm not going to lie, I listened well. Just quickly, yeah, I listened well, and I think me and you are on the same page. Cramo, oh, excellent. Just so you know, Cramo, so I'm going to remove the banner. I know you're having a cigarette. Is it okay to have a cigarette off the camera, which you've got it off now anyway? That's cool. Thank you. It'll be interesting.
I need a cigarette.
Yeah, no, like I've got a cigarette now. I'm gonna remove the banner. I'm gonna remove the banner as soon as I'm finished. Kramos, quickly, coming to you. What Lord Dandy just told us is fascinating. What's your opinion on it all?
Hello, do you hear me?
We hear you.
Okay, thank you very much for your space. I think, sorry, it's very important for people to know about
Okay. Oh, so Dot is here.
the
Hello,
tools of evil. There's a difference, in my opinion.
There'll be certain interruptions because Dot is uninterested. Are you fine? Are you fine? Oh, really? You're fine. Why is it so little? Come on.
About darkness and evil. Evil, in my opinion, is evil feast. Darkness, it's the absence of light. I see your face, and I know you, but I want to show you the cards I have, because that's
Sure.
my question, actually. Can you see this?
I can. Hang on, let me just remove the banner, so everybody else can see it. Can you tell us about those cards?
Yeah, well,
Sorry, my mouse.
no worries.
I've got a dodgy mouth.
But yeah. Why is it not here? Hmm? There. There we go, I found it. I actually found it.
So if that happens every now and again, I apologize.
No need to apologize. I like your laugh.
Oh, thank you. So you were saying there's a difference between, I love the way you said darkness is the absence of light. Can you elaborate on that a little bit for me?
Yeah, well, I'm a videographer, so I studied information technology and colors in video, and white is the all the colors in one. White. Black is not a color. It's the absence of light. So when they say, "What's your favorite color?" Black. That's no color. That's the absence of light and any frequency.
All about astrology.
Stupid fucking.
About astrology.
Shut up. Shut up. Oh.
Here you will find everything about astrology, from the introductions for beginners.
That's it. I don't want that.
And I think I understood the statement of the last guest that was speaking, and I disagree in one point. I think evil demons or whatever help us. I'm not agree with that. I think the only kind of darkness or evil that can help us is our own darkness, our own evilness, because we have this other person. We are always two. Well, some of them are more than two, but I think the battle that.
Are you ready, Lucy? This is it. Are you still there?
Be engaged to do good. It's the learning about how many damage we did in the past without looking to do damage. I don't know if you understand.
So let me ask you, Chromos. I kind of,
Are you there, Lucy? Or did you leave? She left. Okay. Well, I hope she comes back. This is an introduction to Lucy Ball, born the 7th of February, 1980. I'm here, yes, I've read this report before, but we can go over it again. Okay, so you've read this. Have you understood the Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Libra, Ascendant in Scorpio, Mars in 10th house, Sun in the 4th house, Venus in the 5th house, Saturn in the 11th house, and Moon in the 12th house? Have you gone through that? Do you understand that all? So then we'll go back to Mel rather. Okay, that's fine. All good. All's good to those who love the Lord. Dandy.
So, if we are to go by what you've just said, should we not learn from our mistakes? And looking back at history, don't we make the same mistakes? Looking back at, it's good for you. Thank you, cousin. Aren't we making the same mistakes, like looking through history?
Yeah, well, if you
That's why I'm not going to bother, dear Lucy.
make an action and that
Hi,
action
Mary Jane Doe.
damage or
How you
make
doing?
harm over another person who doesn't deserve it, I think what we need to learn is that when make maybe evil or damage to others and that repeat itself in our behavior, in our actions, in my opinion, there's a higher dark power working through us. So at the same time, when you do good, when you do well, it's another higher power working through you. When you don't accept yourself, the bad things and the good things about yourself, when there's absence of acceptation if I don't accept myself, I will never accomplish anything.
Lionel, Lionel, what would you say to that? Because I know we've spoken with you about darkness, right?
No, I agree that the man also knows what he's talking about. I agree with that. We were born into this 3D world with that proverbial angel and the devil on our shoulders, the left and the right. I've also found out that the angel, they're both angels, they're both daemons. Daemon is the actual Greek word for angel. They're not fallen, they're yours. They're yours, they're your guardian angels. And when we follow the light, that is, we're following our good angel, our good demon. When we're following the darkness, then we put in the demon, the evil angel, our guardian angel, the naughty one, let's call it naughty. We give him more power in our life. Now, it's what you were talking about earlier. This is our personal life, but what you were talking about earlier was people use this power to create, and you can say it's evil, it's not evil, but this instrument I'm looking at you through right now and how we communicate to each other was born out of war and destruction in Iraq. We didn't have this type of communication back in 1999 or 2000, only 2003 did the cell phone come out. Why? The cell phone came out with the technology tested in wars. That's why the war in Ukraine was so important. And Ukraine, specifically a hub, is the center of the universe when we're talking about internet and what you call it, search engines. The world's biggest search engines are in Ukraine. That's what the war is over. And it connects the East to the West. That's what Crimea was all about. There is this spiritual energy that presidents come and go, and kings are given power to rule through these, not just through human people's votes. No. There's a lot of angling, dangling, and dealing with dark humans and entities to get power. And that's who rules us.
Okay, yeah, let me break something down to what he just said too. There's one thing we have to understand, y'all. Albert Pike wrote 3 letters for Jessup Mazzini for 3 world wars. And these 3 world wars to bring into their God who they choose because they want the cult to come to the light. They tired of the cult hiding behind the scenes. So it will take these 3 world wars to bring the occult to their light. And Albert Pike wrote these 3 letters to the Mazzini of telling them how they will create these 3 world wars. You can look it up yourself and see 3 world wars of what Albert Pike wrote. Do y'all know who Albert Pike is?
Mm-hmm. The 3 Ks.
Hey, QI, my love. Sorry, carry on. QI, do you know who that is?
Albert Pike
Yeah, the
was
3 Ks.
Mason. They've got a street named after him in Seattle.
He was the founder of the Scottish Rites of Freemasonry.
Yeah.
He's from where I'm in Charleston, South Carolina. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me speak on it because, okay, when we're talking about, okay, where there is darkness, there is light. So I came to speak on light. I'm familiar with the darkness. I mean, we have to be, but, you know, like I live in the light. Light pretty much means wisdom. Okay, and you guys are right. The occult is the reverse of natural sacred sciences, the reverse of our natural connection to the earth, to the planets, to everything. That's why you have degrees, right? Degrees of knowledge, degrees of school is sort of like indoctrination because they're conditioning how your mind thinks. Once you control how a person's mind thinks, you control their life. And once you can, they understand more about a lot about human emotions. A lot of times they control us through emotions. Fear, false evidence appearing real. A lot of times, a lot of the things that happen is to create fear or fear-based, fear-mongering society. But we have to remember that there are dualities. Where there is light, there's where there is darkness, there's light. Cold, hot, short, tall. I mean, dualities. And so we all have that within ourselves. And basically one of the things that we're not familiar with, like we were talking about with astrology, is the fact that we don't understand enough about our own selves. Like we have to go to somebody else to tell us about ourselves. We go to a psychiatrist to tell us about what's going on in our brains instead of processing and learning how to figure out what's going on in our own brains. And astrology is like how the constellations and planets and what time you were born. I don't believe in horoscopes at all because, we're specific. Like I was born at a certain time and that certain specific time down to the minute determines my moon cycle and my sun cycle. That determines who I am or some of my characteristics. There are other things that go along with that, unfortunately, like environment and, how we were raised as a child and different things of that nature. But pretty much just to sum it up just a little bit, basically, when you speak of the occult, you're speaking of the reverse natural science, the reverse human natural connection to nature, human's natural connection, human's natural mind, versus like a system that was created to control.
So it's not magical.
Just like for instance, Solomon's Temple, I heard somebody speak the book of magic, the book of spells. And, like once you learn how to manipulate or control other people's emotions, then, and we would be surprised at how much we do that on a daily basis without even knowing or without even trying how we do magic, whether dark or light,
exactly,
good or bad. We do magic every day unknowingly. So it's natural. It's what most people look at things as so deep, so broad, but really when you really get the gist of it, it's really simple. And everything is just written out in front of you. What they say, hidden in plain sight.
Well, there's groups who do magic, like you can do with the Kabbalah and stuff. You can do Enochian magic, stuff like that. I also taught like do what thou wilt with magic, where I could put a spell on you just off my words or what I say and think, and put a spell on a person.
Like if you tell a child they're bad over and over again, sooner or later they're going to believe they're bad.
Tomorrow, I could put on you can get in an accident tomorrow.
Yeah, and if a person commits to believing that, or a person commits to embodying that, then yeah, it could happen. Because it's mind over matter. Like we are a lot of what we think. I think, therefore I am. And it's like, what do you call it? Manifestations. A lot of times we're manifesting things to happen to our own selves.
But see, I get to the level of Black nobility family. I talk like to levels of high level occultism, not little dabbling.
I mean, I know about
dabbling, and you do candles and stuff like that. I'm talking about high level governmental occultism and stuff like that. High level. You know what Black nobility families are? You know the Black nobility families?
Yeah, I do. I know about all of that, the Knights Templar and all of that. Yeah, but I don't.
No, not a Knights Templar though. No.
I don't really focus. I don't really focus on that, and believe it or not, at one time I was a part of that organization.
The Black nobility family.
I was PHA.
I never heard of no PHA.
Put your hand up for a minute, sweetheart.
Well, I'm not going to go too deep into that. But what I'm trying to say is that they don't know everything. That's why they only have 33 degrees of knowledge. And when we're talking about degrees, we're talking about degrees of knowledge. Like there's a book you can read and it'll go back into the indigenous sciences of that, because all of this stuff really came from the indigenous people.
Can I ask you what's the 33rd degree? What's the name of the 33rd degree?
33 degrees. You talking about what?
What's the name of it? Yeah. What's it called?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I know like third degree. I know about that, but I don't really focus on.
Tell me seventh degree. What is the seventh degree?
See, that's what I'm trying to say, brother. I feel like that's the problem. We focus too much on the negative and not on the darkness, and not enough on the light. So we're making this whole conversation about the darkness when I'm trying to introduce some light.
You're saying 33rd degree, like you got to break it down now.
Hang on.
33 degrees is a measurement.
Hang on, guys, 1 second. Go ahead, Lionel.
What's the name talk? Yeah, go ahead. Let him talk. Yeah.
Light. The Luciferians are searching for the light, which means illumination, which means understanding, which means knowledge. That's what Luciferian is all about. Satanism is just hedonism, doing whatever you will please, whenever you please. You don't follow no rules. Luciferians rule the world system since forever. It's control, like the lady was saying. Magic, the voodoo magic that you get in America and the Santa Maria, that originates from the center of Africa and Nigeria. And that's where it was exported to the Americas. This is what I believe. It's the same magic. It has been, look, magic is what you make it. Individually.
That's true. I agree with you.
The church and faith, Christianity, is the right-hand path of magic, baby. It is still magic. Prayer is the same as casting a spell. We do it every day with words. We spell words out. That's why I try my damnedest not to say words like, you make me sick, or you when you say those words, your body is listening to you. Your cells, every single cell listens to every thought you have. And those cells only last 7 years, and it replaces itself. So the magic you cause, the spells that you cause in your thoughts and on yourself, is how you create those cells. Those cells have memories when they recreate themselves every single year. And that's what causes aches and pains and disease and old age. The positive light, that's what we want to search after. But I want to bring this back to your title of the video, Astrology, is it a pseudoscience? Astrology, if you learn it, you won't need
any psychotropic drugs or anything from a psychiatrist or a psychologist, because you will know that it's the feeling that you are having from your Pluto position or the conjunction with Mars on your Pluto or the position in whatever house it is. If everybody learned their own astrology, they would be able to create the magic, because real magic, the magicians on the left-hand path, not the magicians on the right-hand path, because there's power in the right-hand path. Don't you forget it. The left-hand path, they have to use the timing of the day. In today's day and age, the only country that follows the correct time is Ethiopia. When the sun rises, it's 1 a.m. The next hour is 2 a.m. Because it's according to astrology, according to where Venus comes in, where Jupiter comes in. When you need a spell to work is when Jupiter rises in the east. What a Christian does is stand on the word and repeat, repeat, repeat. And when the astrology snaps into place, they think a miracle happened. But it's all about the astrology, because if you, the lady was saying out there, the planetary alignment is happening, the minor, the lesser version is actually happening in your mind. And if you can work out the astrology, you can save yourself. And the Pope, I've heard, in the Pope's palace in Vatican, has a bath. And inside that bath are the 12 astrological signs embroidered in his golden bath.
But Dory, you have to break it down. Dory, you have to break it down to there's 13 zodiacs now. See, most people don't know about that.
Zodiacs. It's more
Yes,
than the
13
13th
moon
one.
cycles
There's hundreds of constellations
sun
that
cycles.
but we use this astrology.
The
It is
13th
normal.
one is the main one that they use. They use the 13 zodiac. They always use that.
This you can. Astrologers, some
And by us
major
using the 12,
strong
we're the
astrologers
off.
don't.
But
But
they use
lots of astrologers use comets and asteroids. There's an asteroid called Lucifer. There's asteroid Sirius, which is actually bigger than Pluto. I've got some astrologers that I follow. They use more than the constellations. The constellations are there for the wheel. Yeah, the Pleiadians, baby.
I'm gonna play.
And how they worked this out, they didn't, as astrologers thousands of years ago in Sumeria or the original, they didn't look up in the sky. They made a pond. They made a pool at night. And then you would see the stars and the moon traveling through the pool. And that basically is the black mirror. That's
So
what
what is the black sun, Doherty? What is the black sun? Where does the black sun come from?
The black sun is actually the sun of Saturn.
Okay, there you go. There you go. You know what you're talking about.
Saturn,
Yeah,
Satan.
And the cube. We all worship the cube. Have you heard about the cube in every country? Denmark, Australia, even South Africa. There's a black cube on a structure.
So why do they do it? Okay, let me ask you this. Why do they?
Muslims go around a black cube every year in Mecca. The
black cube is everywhere. Why do they choose Saturn though? Let me ask you this. Why do they choose Saturn?
Well, that comes to the Akashic records that were written. The civilizations we originate from Saturn. And Saturn produced Mars. And there was a war on Mars where Lucifer lost and died. And Earth was created from the original, because Venus and Earth and the Moon were actually one planet at first. And it wasn't inhabitable by our races, our species as humans. And we've had many from Atlantis before, and the different I can't think of the names. You know, I'm sure the guy above me knows all the different and.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's where the stories came from. That's why they worship Saturn, because, and it's not like they don't worship Saturn, you know, but Mel doesn't know. In the Vatican, where the spire is, the spire from Egypt.
Because Saturn was a sun one time. Saturn was that was
Say again?
Yeah, because Saturn was a sun at one time. It was closer to Earth back in the ancient
Saturn
times.
was the son of Uranus. Saturn is the son of Uranus.
Yeah, because you had Saturn, Mars, and Venus in front of it. That's where you get the you know the symbol armor. What's it called? The armor string. Under Armour. Under Armour. You know how they had the logo. That's where that logo comes from. The ancients used to wear that crown. Because when you had Venus and Mars in front of Saturn, it created that halo of like horns. That's where you get Under Armour and all that stuff from. Because Saturn was closer to Earth at that time.
Okay.
And Mars Venus. That's where you get the symbol for when you see the gods of Egypt wear the U shape on their crown. But we have to understand one thing about but it goes back, like you say, it goes back to Samir and all that. It goes back to Samir and Babylonians and stuff, and like the Phoenician Canaanites. It goes back to purple Phoenicians. When everything you ever see people politicians wear purple, they wear purple for a reason. And that
Wait, let's pause there. You're listening to me. It's reason why everyone wears purple. Have you noticed Donald Trump with his purple tie? Mark Zuckerberg, George Soros, Elon Musk, another one that is not part of them. Just do yourself a favor. When you watch the news, notice everyone who wears the purple tie. My president of my country, South Africa, just decided to give all the land back to the old blacks, which people don't even understand what he's doing. He just legislated to make it law that the biggest landowner in South Africa, which is the government since apartheid, can now give freely land back to those people, indigenous native people who deserve their land. Yes, let's go back to the purple. What did you say now, Dot? You said purple historically denotes wealth and power because it was a difficult color. So now what this guy is saying, and I watched the same sort of research where before the Catholic Church, before the Romans, before the Greeks, were the Phoenicians. And the Phoenicians found the color dye purple. And those who could dye their fingers and their lips purple were the elite. Funnily enough, I did my very own video 3 or 4 weeks ago on the lavender mafia, where it was describing you want to speak out about the prostitution and human trafficking that goes on in the Vatican and the grinder hookups and the grinder gangbangs. You want to talk out about it. Well, my friend, you better think twice about that, because there is something that's called the lavender mafia. Lavender being purple in it. It's a reddish purple. And they will off you, they will arkanside you. If you want to come against the big bosses, you forget about it.
Yes. That's why they call it
right now. They said don't say that. I'm trying to say it in simpler terms. Okay, you had the Phoenician, all that moved up into Egypt, and that's where they come. You know the black nobility families are, right? The black, all the black nobility families in the world.
Well, I've heard of it.
Yeah, so these you ever heard of Real Society?
Yeah.
Do you ever heard of the Black Club, the Black Eye Club? You see all the politicians, celebrities get a black eye. You know where that comes from?
No.
Have you heard? Have y'all saw it? You saw that before? The black eye people that get their eyes blacked out.
Yes. The Charles, or even
I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I'm gonna get in trouble for this. But that goes back to the real side. Huh?
It's a real society. Oh.
Yeah.
That's
see,
why they go like that.
Because it goes to it's a real parasite. I shouldn't say this, man. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but I'm gonna say it any damn way. Fuck it. Listen, when these people are black, people they ain't get punched in the face. What it is, they put a real parasite into their cortex of their eye, your eye, and it goes in and latches onto it. And so the Real Society been along a long time and stuff like that. It goes back to Germany and all that shit. They were deep into that paranormal type stuff and stuff. They were dealing with God that was inside there.
Those are people that flying UFOs. They would appear and disappear.
Yeah. The Earth ain't flat. You have a Garther. Yeah. Because on TikTok, you got everybody saying the Earth is flat. The Earth is not flat. That's a psyop. Because they don't know about a Garther. There's an inner Earth. There's an inner Earth, a whole little civilization that deal with Atlantis and Lemire. And Almer Burr, right? When he went there, he went into Agartha, went to Rainbow City. It was a crystal ass city. And what it is that's where the gods live at. The gods live inside the earth. They tell us that space is fake. Go ahead.
So then all it proves is that the story of the fallen angels and Lucifer is true. And Lucifer,
it was 200 that fell on Mount Hermon. They fell on Mount Hermon. It was over 300 of them that fell. The high chiefs of the fallen angels, 300 of them fell on Mount Hermon in Syria. And in Mount Hermon in Syria.
I wonder, the flat Earth people. And look, the Bible was written by flat earthers. Just I hope you know. And it was presented that when you go out of the sky, there's a firmament there and there's a sea on the other side of the sky. I wonder if it is only another plane that and another consciousness. I don't know, you like Mel used to have.
I'm gonna break it down. I deal with secret space programs. I shouldn't say this either. I'm gonna get you over this too. I deal with secret space programs.
Your mic is really crackling right now, and I can't hear you properly.
Okay.
Do you have like headset or something?
I was on Bluetooth. Can you hear me now?
No, it's still very, very crackly. I want to hear what you're saying, but I'm not understanding it.
They don't want me to talk, so hold on. I'm gonna take this off.
Lionel, did you want to? What were you saying, darling? Yeah, you're still.
No, I was listening. Yeah.
No, okay. Can I just say one thing? Can you hear me?
I believe in magic.
Yeah.
So I sound better. Okay, you gotta understand.
Much better.
Oh, I said okay. I'm saying I'm gonna get in trouble, but I shouldn't be saying it because they watch it now.
No, don't get me in trouble, though. Don't get me in trouble.
No, I'm gonna get in trouble. You ain't gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get in trouble. There's a secret space program around the whole entire world. We've been in space. There is no dome and the rock, whatever y'all call that shit. Y'all been heard on TikTok? That's a lot. The firmament is at the outside of the universe. That's at way out there. We would never even see the firmament that's outside. The firmament's not above us. And there ain't no dome under us. Because when a rocket goes to space, it has to do at an angle for geosynchronous orbit. We have to understand we've been in space and we're dealing with extraterrestrials right now. We've been dealing with since the 30s. It's been going on and stuff like this. That all our governments are in cahoots together. All of them know this stuff. That there's extraterrestrial beings inside the Earth and outside of the Earth. That's out there and all light years away.
The rockets that NASA sends out all have magical sigils and symbols painted onto
Yeah,
the
now you're
outside.
right about that. Yes, that's the yeah, they all have sigils and stuff. And I don't want to talk about some of them sigils because that's government type stuff. And I ain't trying to deal with the government
It's a
right
war.
now.
It's a war between entities and powers that's got nothing to do with us. And we get ourselves involved. It's like politics, and we take sides, and it's actually ridiculous that we do that because they just do it for money and power and control. All we can do individually is take over, look after ourselves and have power over our own lives. But we get involved because we're bored. We watch the news and we believe what the news says, and then that causes friction between us in families.
Yeah, Doherty. So Doherty and Lionel, y'all seen TV show V, right?
Oh, yeah, I remember that show, yeah.
Remember the V? They're not lying to you.
They're not lying. They're not lying. They have to show you the truth. That is the truth. All the truth has been revealed to us. It's us that don't believe what we see. That's what the movie was.
Yeah,
it was
you have human groups across the globe in these governments that work with each other. They work with these Draconian Alpha Draconis. They work with them. They control the governments around the world. Orion Group is another damn group that helps control this shit too. That's deep in the intelligent community. Intelligent community goes deep, man. This ain't no play around shit, because this shit right here goes back with motherfuckers. You get killed for talking about this shit, though. Because you're exposing it. If you know about this information, you're too deep and you won't get in trouble. And they're gonna come to your house. That's why like Bill Cooper. Bill Cooper got missing. A lot of people get missing for this shit, though.
Let's watch your house.
Yeah, hell yeah, dog. Yeah, you're right. You get missing for this shit now. If this ain't no TikTok now, information that people like me and Doherty know, you get too deep, you gonna get missing. You going too deep. I don't give a fuck. You don't even know. You only talk to 3 fucking people. That's still too much information getting out there. This shit is classified information, man, around the world. UK and all this shit. Everybody around Five Eyes. Y'all know who Five Eyes are? You ever heard of Pine Gap? Oh, this shit is real, man. This is some real shit. And they don't play about this shit. This is some shit that they've been planning for 200 years. They knew they weren't going to be alive for this plan to succeed. They knew their family and their kids were going to help make this shit happen. If you back in the 1700s, 1600s, you know you trying to create this plan, you know you weren't going to be alive for this shit to happen. This shit is serious.
Look,
You know what I'm
Andy, do
saying?
you believe in that as well? I'm not sure. I'm a little bit, about the whole them,
What they were teaching us was shapeshifters.
right. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
We get shapeshifted. Shapeshifting is being proven by psychology. When you it's a personality disorder, multiple personality disorder. When the personality changes, they've seen that even the freckles on the face move.
I need another cigarette, man. Shit.
All right, babe. Fine.
Even the
I just
freckles
wanna
on the face, and they become a different person. Even we do. I always get shouted at for my drinking, and it truly does bring out a different person in me, and I start changing. Start swelling up, start looking differently. I was watching, I don't know if you've heard of Art Bell. I was watching listening to an interview in 1996 with The Exorcist. And The Exorcist says blankly, we believe that even addiction is possession, is demon possession. Even alcoholism is demon possession. You don't need no psychologists or anything. You need to be exercised. Which brings me to the point of, like the lady was earlier speaking about following the light, choosing to go towards the light in your life. We are all connected, like the movie Avatar. We're all connected to this tether of life. And so the people don't need to be evil as such, or witches or sorcerers or Satan worshippers to fall into the hive mind mentality and the group think. So
And
what
Dory,
this man is speaking about, when they want to kill you, when you speak mouth, it will be your father that turns on.
Dory, that's where it comes into the graves and stuff. That's where it comes into the graves and all. You know, the grave beans and stuff, little small like graves and stuff like that. Then you have reptiles. There are good reptilians. They're not bad. They're not all bad reptilians. There are reptilians that are
But aren't they the demon?
They're called the fifth column. You ever heard of the fifth column?
No.
And these are reptilians that they're what's that word called when you go against your own kind, when you go against your army and stuff. What's it called?
Traitor.
Kramos might be able to answer that because he put his hand up. Let's give him a minute. Kramos, you're shaking your head there, and you put your finger up.
Hello, do you hear me?
We hear you.
Defectors. That's the word. Defectors. I mean.
Go ahead, Kramos.
I agree about the the good reptilians, you say, but I wanted to ask the guy that we're talking, Lord.
Dandy, my name is Lionel. Yes.
Lionel.
Yes. How do you do?
Fine, thank you. Nice to meet you.
You too. Thank you.
Very simple. I'm an Aquarius, and I've been studying my alignment, and I know what is happening this year since August, October, and I want to ask you, what is the best thing that is going to happen for you or to you this year?
Lionel, that was for you, darling.
That's a tough one.
Damn, Lord, it's on you, Lord. Yeah.
Complete independence off the hip. I know something major is going. I'm Gemini. Something major is going to happen this year, especially in July, when Jupiter moves into Gemini, and that'll affect all air signs: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and anybody with air placements in their birth chart. I'm 52 this year. I will be 52 in July or in May. Complete independence? I don't know. You know,
Well, you know or you don't know, because you're telling me complete independence is something huge. I feel that you already know, but I don't understand why you say I don't know. It's a very simple question, in fact.
and I'm a prophet too. I do like to, not a prophet.
And the truth is, what went through my mind as a joke, in my mind, I said to myself, 48 million subscribers. I want 48 million subscribers. Do you know how I was shaking and nervous the entire way through on this live? This was not easy for me.
Predict things in other people's lives. You see, that is my conundrum. I can tell other people what to do, but I don't know how to tell myself what to do. I don't listen to myself.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just asking if you know what is the best thing that is going to happen to you or
Okay, now I have the answer. Thank you. Now I have the answer. What's going to happen to me is that people are going to see that what I say is the truth. And that's not just online, in real life.
Simple.
It's as simple as that. They are going to see what I said was right all along.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between predicting something or building something for ourselves or for somebody else.
Nervous, girlfriend. Nervous. Dot says, why would you be nervous? I am shaking. And the night before, I drank far too much. And I think I still was, this was Monday morning. I think I was still, like a typical CEO, still a little bit over the level. I shouldn't have driven, but I didn't drive. But I thought, that's why I still had the courage to go up on this panel. Believe me, girlfriend, I'm a shy person. I don't need to tell the whole world what I want to say, because I know everybody has a wise crack, and I don't have the water to put the wise cracks to bed.
I think predicting or building, it's both are very nice things. I appreciate your answer, my friend.
Thank you. And like you said earlier, we live in a binary world. So that means we have choice. That's what makes life beautiful and dark, because can make the wrong choices.
Well, Lauren and both of y'all, let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all been having mysterious fog?
Well, this guy's too funny.
Mysterious?
No, there's mysterious.
He's asking about the fog. Have you got mysterious fog?
Well, we were overcast for 30 days in the middle of summer.
And this was the first sunny day we ever had.
We didn't have the fog. I'm in Africa.
Well, you got drones? You got drones in your hair? I don't think you got drones with you.
I've been having drones since 2022, my friend.
Well, you know, there's a big epidemic that's going on with drones in America, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Over every military base and stuff like that.
I love this Greek guy.
Gramos.
Gramos. I'm sorry, he's not finished.
My friend, just very short. I've been studying geoengineering from 2010. Most of the things that are happening with fogs or fake snow or drones or whatever, most of them, if you can stop yourself 1 minute and read between the lines, the amount of information about geoengineering, you will find that not all, but many of those things are testing new tools for geoengineering. In fact, and with this one, I will stop. Weather today is a weapon. So
let me push you back. Let me put it back on you real quick. How you gonna say the drones are geoengineering, and when geoengineering is dealing with chemtrails and dealing with tanker jets? These drones are not doing geoengineering. They're flying over sensitive information areas of bases and all that. You can't fly drones over military bases.
Are you sure that they are drones? First of all.
Are they orbs? Which one are they? Drones or are they orbs?
Okay, orbs could be not a drone.
Plasmoids. They call them plasmoid now. The government calls them plasmoid.
A plasmoid.
Okay, I understand. I will let a link for you, Mel.
Because they've been in the UK. They've been flying over strategic areas, over no-fly zones, over military bases. How can they fly over military bases and not deal with, not shot down, nothing, none of that?
Nothing is flying over. It's the Earth that you're describing.
I don't know if you live in America, but it's been going on every day around here over military base, and in the UK and other countries that it's been going on, and dealing with orbs too, both of them. So what are these drones for then?
When you say orbs, you can study about the subject. Those are reflections of the mirror. They have mirrors in the ionosphere, in the stratosphere.
You saying the drones are fake?
The drones are scanning other things. I'm going to send the link. That's not.
Have you heard of Blue Beam though? Have you heard of Blue Beam?
Yeah. Look, I'm going to give my email in the private chat.
I just like to push questions though. I'll push shit on people.
Yeah,
Man.
but to not go off topic of the show.
Because how do these drones disappear? How can a drone move at almost 5,000 miles an hour with these orbs? So is there drones and orbs? Are we having a galactic war that's going on that y'all don't know about? And around this country we're fighting right now against a galactic war?
Well, what they say is all the gold that the king in England needs, they have to pay for their power. And who do they pay the power to? To the Draconians, because the Draconians need the gold
there you go, Lord.
To heal. And so,
and who do these Draconians control? They control the elite around the world. They control every politician.
Yes.
They're the ones that are controlled. But we people sit back and we sit back and don't know that. We sit back, well, like we know it, but a lot of majority of the population doesn't know that, and they'll think we're talking some crazy shit.
Yep, it's true. That's true, and that's what they want. That's why they criminalize the word conspiracy theory.
But Lord, now we've been talking for so long, and now it's time to prepare for our own families, Lord. You gotta prepare for your family. I gotta prepare mine. We can't talk no more. We can't talk about what's happening anymore. We done talked about it so long for decades, talking what's about to happen, and now it's about to happen. So what we gotta do is prepare for our own selves.
The meek shall inherit the earth. Meek shall inherit the earth. What do you say, Cromwell?
Mel, the same question. What is the best thing that is going to happen to you this year?
I think definitely, especially after the last few days, I think there's going to be a lot of personal growth for the better.
Do you think, or do you know?
I know.
Thank you very much.
That's very Gemini. The Gemini says, I think.
Yeah, because you are 7.
I'm a 7.
No, Gemini is 7. There are 7 Geminis. So my friend has 6 more friends beside him.
Hang on. Back up a minute. Huh?
Now go to Gemini.
I have 7 of me?
Yes, you have 7. You know why? Because his mother was Gemini, and he had 7 personalities come out of his mother. Isn't that too precious?
You're a Gemini too?
Yeah, so's Lord Daddy.
Let me tell you this. My mother is Gemini, so I know a lot. 7. And the woman Gemini, wow. Appreciate your welcoming.
She switched aside like a Gemini. I have to end this now. I think it was a nice innings. I went live long. I'll put this link in the channel, in the description, when I end this live. I thank you very much for joining me. And remember, this is the tribe that, I don't know, sometimes I'm not the best advocate of anything, really. Did he come up? He actually came up. Oh, I never knew that. Oh my God. I didn't see this.
Arresto talking to Mel. It's Mel talking to name redacted. I'm not gonna say my real name, but it's like that, you know? And I think that all of us need that at this point because we're all in one sector. We're all one fucking group. We all gotta stop this bullshit. And so this trip is gonna be great.
Especially with this flood of TikTokers gonna try to come over here and try to use YouTube because, you know, the people that came from TikTok, they don't know how to use YouTube and YouTubers don't know how to use TikTok. So it's gonna be a flood of a whole bunch of people trying to get instant, yeah, it's gonna be crazy, I think.
And there's not just us going, let's be real. It's not just us going. There is another group going. And I think there's a third group going too. But
There's a third
You guys are gonna have a fantastic time. You guys are gonna have a freaking blast.
I'm just saying, there's one person. If I see you, it's hands, nigga. That's all I'm saying.
Oh dear.
But I digress.
Digress.
Who is the person? Who's in the back
Please
writing that
do
stuff in the back?
digress.
That's
What-
Michael.
Oh. I was like, who is that? Right now, kinds of stuff. I'm all reading it. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but no. I think it'll be fun, and I'm gonna do my best to chill the fuck out of this Vegas trip for as long as I can. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's all Vegas, baby. It's all
This has
Vegas.
been my life for months, so yeah, I'm not.
It's not ended.
I'm so tired.
2 weeks time, we see
Mel's
them in
going to be
Vegas.
dragged by day 5. Mel's going to be dragged across the floor. Come on, Mel!
Yes.
I mean, and we finally got everything. Like, we bought so much shit. Like, we got brand new fucking computers for this shit. For every, like brand new
Are they-
computers that are gonna be.
Do
shipped.
they have
Yeah.
like honor boxes on the computers? You know, just playing.
No,
You know, when they're really
Izzy isn't like Izzy has all the computers. She's bringing them,
Yeah,
and
just be careful because you know there's alcohol in Vegas. You know.
I'm bringing one. I believe that Izzy's bringing 2. Mel's bringing hers, so that'll be 4. I'm bringing 4 cameras. It'll be enough. It'll be enough streaming for everybody, and we all have phones.
Perfect.
And the
How
house has
exciting.
Wi-Fi. The house has Wi-Fi. I made sure of that. The house has insurance. I already paid for damages. This is how I know this shit's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be lit.
I already
can you
paid for
guys say hi
damages.
to me
I already
when you
told
guys
this
get
nigga.
there?
I already told this nigga. I was like, bro, I was like, bro, let me just go ahead and front you this money, bro. And he's like, well, I'm like, bro, damages, bro. I'm telling you, it's just gonna be wild.
Can you say infamous when you were here? Yeah.
And here's the thing for everybody in the audience, you can watch any streamer that you want to because we will all be streaming at the same time, probably, right?
Good night, sweetheart.
Like everybody probably
It's
streaming from their
time
room or
to
streaming from the office or
go.
streaming from one of the
Good
living
night,
rooms because
sweetheart.
there's multiple. The house is
I
huge.
know you're a
So
hoe.
it's like you can watch
Good
anybody
night,
that you feel
sweetheart.
comfortable watching.
I
just want this to go over
so.
without a hitch and no one gets hurt and everybody goes home after. That's all I want.
I mean, yeah.
And nobody fuck. Nobody's having sex.
No one's.
No one's having
Oh my
sex.
God. It
Come
just sounds
on,
worse. It just sounds
God.
worse every time we say it. Yeah.
If you don't want anybody to get hurt, don't take Mel on the ice.
No, Mel's gonna fucking ice skate. She's gonna ice skate. I'm gonna film the whole
No,
thing.
get it right. I'm going to arse skate. Not ice, arse skate. Or as the American would say, ass skate.
Ass skate.
Mhm.
Okay, are we into it?
Yes. Yeah, I've got to read Rucky's little reading first about his sign.
Okay,
But then-
read
yeah.
records shit.
Okay, so
And let's get
Ruck,
then let's end it.
No, you
but
stupid
this
bitch.
says about Taurus, the bull. Okay, appearance. Taurus is characterized by a large head. Oh God, I'm so sorry. It actually says that. Taurus is categorized by a large head, short neck, and strong shoulders, atop of a stocky body, which tapers towards feet planted firmly on the ground. The eyes are large and striking, set below a broad forehead, and hair tends to be coarse and dark. Lips may be thick and fleshy. A Taurian dresses comfortably, but sensually? Oh, rock. Personality. Determination is key feature of the Taurian personality, as are inflexibility and risk aversion. Routine
Hey, Waffles.
and security are essential.
What you
The
doing here?
Taurus often gets stuck in
Me
a rut.
too, I gotta go.
Extremely reliable, devotion.
Thank you. Good night
devotion
from
to duty
Africa.
And loyalty are the personal
Love you
qualities that
lots.
Taurus values.
Thank you
high,
for checking in.
making him or her an excellent
This is the
teammate.
end of this
This is
anyway.
a tenacious personality that approaches even the
Good
most
night.
mundane of tasks with vigilance and patience.
Going over the stuff, the stars and the moon and the spacewalk and the round Earth stuff.
Excellent, guys. Go over to Fatty's and continue.
Yeah, good stream tonight, guys. Good stream.
Thank you. I really enjoyed it. Right, guys, I'm going to play the outro. Thank you very much. I will see you in 2 days for Fatty Speciale. Like, this is the king of Bigfoot, and we'll be back in 2 days' time. Have a wonderful topic day, and I'll see you then.
We have to love you and leave you.
We have to love you and leave you. So I will see you in 2 days, guys.
I'm going to kill yourself. Take care of yourself.
Good night. Thanks for subscribing. You are the light at the end of my tunnel.